This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet lovers. Welcome to Best Bets for Pets. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. And today, well, hey, if you got dogs, you are going to love this show because my guest has developed a site where, well, anything you want, anything you could think of related to dogs for gifts for yourself, it's probably there. We'll tell you all about it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So now I've got this pack of 4 Shar-Pei rescue dogs for, oh my goodness, probably 5-6 years. They get a regular diet of Dinovite with every meal.
DINOVITE.com.
People remark on what beautiful coats they've got. I tell them, you don't need to wait until a problem presents itself. It's far better to keep the dog happy and healthy at all times.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dinovite from DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce Corey Abramowitz. He is the founder of BarkYours.com. Welcome, Corey.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we're telling everybody a little bit about Bark Yours and dogs, whatever. Tell everybody what exactly is Bark Yours.
Great. Thank you. So Bark Yours is an online marketplace. It's a place where people who are artsy, who are craftsy, who literally create the products of clothing, crafts, anything that reminds you of their dog out of their home, out of wherever, they can list it and sell it through Bark Yours Marketplace. So that's pretty much what it is. And so we have categories of anything you can imagine based upon your dog, anything that's food, that's organic and created from home, anything that's t-shirts that remind you of your best friends. There's wine stoppers made of clay. There's bandanas for dogs. So there's pretty much everything under the sun that is created by people, by our neighbors and everybody across the country.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. It kind of sounds like, sorry to do the comparison, but Etsy for dog people.
That's exactly what it is. So the thought was, you have to be a fan of the online marketplace. And so I am. And the thought was, what would happen if you took the niche of dogs? I'm a dog lover. I'm a big dog proponent. Go to a lot of dog shows. There's a lot of people creating things. And so what could I do in order to inspire people to use something that's smaller, that's more niche oriented? And if you wanted the perfect gift, you can, communicate directly with somebody from another state, another place, and say, I want something that looks exactly like my dog. And we all know gifts that look like our dogs are probably the best gifts to get anyway. So that was sort of where we wanted to go.
Well, I looked, a little bit, and there's so much. I mean, there's so much dog stuff. There's just everything and anything you can imagine.
Yeah, right.
What have you found? Well, first I want to ask you this. You said you're a big lover of dogs. You have dogs. What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Tibetan Terrier.
Tibetan Terrier.
He is 15 years old. He is a brown, extremely shaggy, one of those where when you wet him, he is a fraction of his former size.
Oh, I have one of those, but he's a Havanese.
Oh, so similar. They look a lot alike, and they have very similar personalities, I think. I'm in New York City, so we walk our dogs everywhere. So you see the, different breeds, and he's attracted to Havanese. He likes Havanese dogs.
Oh, well, we can send my little yapper over to you if you want.
All right.
He's very talkative, which makes me wonder. I was thinking of the name Bark Yours. How did that name come up?
Just by, I love the name. I've heard people say otherwise, but it just came up out of a list of whatever names, and I really liked it a lot. I said, if I ever wanted to do something within, a dog-inspired theme, this would pretty much be a great name. So I got it, and here it is. It makes sense. I mean, you can take it in different ways. You could either take it as Bark Yours, or you can take it as people said Sincerely Yours, which is more of an artistic sort of, perspective. I think that it's a fun name if you're going to make a dog-themed site.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So tell us, how does Bark Yours work?
Well, it's people who create their clothing, crafts, and artwork. There's a place to, sell, to press a button on the site, and it takes you to a place where you can just list it, put your pictures up, and that's it. And other people come and buy it. The goal is for me to present it to enough people that hopefully everyone's inspired to buy their gifts on this site, and hopefully everybody sort of does pretty well. The items sell. I mean, they're gorgeous, everything from wood to iron to steel. It's all gorgeous. So you can buy whatever it is. A lot of people who create dog gifts, as you know, donate to charity. We also donate to charity. And so it works in that regard as well.
I'm going to ask you about that in a second. I want to ask you about on the products. Now, I know it's hard to pick favorites, but
It's hard to pick
do you
favorites.
have there been any products just in everything because you must see a lot of what's, on Bark Yours, of course,
I do.
that you thought, oh my gosh, this is so bizarre, or this is so fantastic?
Let's go to the fantastic first. There's a lot of jewelry. There's a lot of T-shirts. There is clay wine stoppers that are made in the likeness of your dog. Do I have favorites? No, they're all my favorite. I hope everybody does really, really well. They're gorgeous. But a lot of things I've said to myself, that looks really, 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 really gorgeous. The dog signs, the silhouettes of dogs that you can put on your wall. There's a pop art. There's whimsical art. All inspired by artists that are inspired by their dogs create this. And I think it's fascinating. I love it so much.
And you know what, I bet you, and I didn't search for this, but I have, my dog unfortunately just passed, and I
Sorry.
can't find this one little name tag I made for him, which is driving me crazy. But I did have on Best Bets for Pets a while ago, 2 jewelry people, and one took an impression of your dog's nose and made it into a jewelry piece, and one did the paw. And I'm sure you have somebody like that, or a few artists like that on your site.
We don't, but I would love to be introduced to them and let them put their jewelry on the site. I think that would be great.
Well, even having stuff in the likeness of your dog, you don't realize it, because you have your dog around and this, but when they're gone, you're going to wish you had as much as you could in their likeness,
I know. I agree. One, I happen to have a lot of things of my dog. He's mouse pads to my right. I mean, there's everything around, but I completely agree. There's something about the likeness of them, and when they're gone, unfortunately, it's a really hard loss, and you want to just remember as much as you can. And so these sorts of things are amazing gifts.
They're great gifts. And speaking of, with the pandemic and most people, shopping online for everything, we're still going to do it. And what I like about Bark Yours is that it brings credibility to a lot of these artists that are small, that maybe wouldn't have the reach or have the opportunity for exposure, or the legitimacy that they have when you're on a larger site like yours, versus just being solo.
I think it's what's that saying? A rising tide lifts all boats. But it's when everybody is together. It's what I mean when I love marketplaces. I mean, I love Etsy. I love Amazon and eBay. I think they're great. And so, yes, I think that it's really difficult to, be the entrepreneur, kind of, or if this is sort of a side situation for you and you want to just, be creative and explore that side of you and create keychains and create these sorts of things, then yes, I think that this is a great idea to kind of put yourself into a place with other like-minded people. It's nice that when you make bandanas that there are other people who make great bandanas. It's nice to have that sort of opportunity to be with other people, and then hopefully it's like a mall, and hopefully everybody will come and shop and be there and watch. And we get a lot of eyes on the site. I mean, I think a lot of people also realize that they love Dog Inspired and they love to just look at it. I mean, there's a lot of new talented pieces that come on the site daily, and it's just nice to keep going back.
Well, I think it's a great place to go. And if you're a dog lover, you got to go. BarkYours.com. Now, tell us about your giving back, because I know you do give back to several charities that are dog, related. So tell us about that.
The goal of being within the industry, I think for everybody is similar, is that if you're going to do this, how nice is it that there's a lot of charities that are specifically related to dogs? So what we've done is, and we created sort of a charity component where people can pick the list that's currently on there, and there's some that's on there. We're always open to others, but we give what we can from the sale, and, we give especially what people pick, when they buy, they can check mark what they like. There's a choice of a few charities that the seller wants, that the buyer wants. So we're trying to create a fun component where you can just, pick the charity of your choice.
How does it work as far as the giving back? It's from the proceeds that you receive that you
the proceeds that we receive off of the product. And then the seller also, a lot of them do also give back. So it's a lot of people giving to dog-related charities because the seller has the opportunity also. They give a little bit too. I mean, a lot of people go into this industry so we can give back to dog charities.
Exactly. Have you thought about cats?
We have thought about cats. I think we wanted to go through the first iteration of Bark Yours, see how it does and how people respond to it. I want people to love it. I think cats are great and a great idea. We just wanted to we just expanded to food for dogs and crafts for dogs. It started off as just gifts for humans that remind you of your best friend, a dog. We just kind of, pushed it out there to, crafts for dogs. So bandanas are really new. Tags are really new. There's, I think, outfits for dogs. Those are brand new. So things like that are brand new for us. And then we just kind of moved over to treats. And there's a breath treat and other treats that are on there. Macaroons are on there. We just kind of expanded to more categories for dogs. We'll figure out cats because I think it's great.
I have to mention cats. My other show is Catitude. But
what a great name.
Although I was initially a dog person, so then cats came to me. They just grew. My cat family just grew because, more people are pet parents to dogs, but there's more cats that are fur babes to pet parents because most people will have 2 cats versus 1 or 3
right.
or 5 or 6 or something crazy like that, like I have. So just wondering, and us cat people are, I don't know if I'm crazy as for cat people, but the majority of cat people, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but we go nuts with cat stuff.
Really? Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hannah Shaw, Kitten Lady? She's always wearing a cat t-shirt, Jackson Galaxy. I was just at cat camp. They just had cat camp. And cat people we're crazy. Cats everywhere.
It's all one pet. People who love pets, I think, are amazing people.
Yes, all of us. Yeah. And
it's great. And this site and going to shows and, learning more and more, and the more people that I meet, it's just inspiring. It's really nice to kind of hear everyone's sort of background story and thoughts. I mean, it's what you do. You talk to so many people. I think it's just great just to talk to people about pets.
Yes. And Best Bets for Pets has been around, I can't believe this, since 2010.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
A lot of products, a lot of shows.
A lot of products.
But so for Bark Yours, you can just go to barkyours.com and there you go. Shop your heart out.
And as you buy a product, it's specifically buying from the seller, from the person that makes that product. They ship it. They create it right there. So if you have any thoughts, there's an internal messaging system. Let them know that, look, can you write my dog's name on this? Can you make it blue instead of red? I mean, you can do so many different things and personalize it. So, it's uniquely yours. And every seller would be happy, willing, would love to do something like that to create something so unique for you. So that's also the differential perhaps is that you're always just talking to the seller, the artist that's creating it. You're buying right from them.
That's really cool, especially for this year when all art shows everywhere, I'm sure, have been canceled. So it helps support the artist, which is good. And I'm sure all these artists, since they're creating dog products, are pet parents to dogs, the majority. Mm-hmm. So it's all good, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's nothing but good, literally. No matter what, you're going to find people who just admire and appreciate your art. At the best, you're going to find someone that buys it. I guess the even better is they make it unique for you. And I think all of it is just fantastic that you're talking directly to an artist that's creating, that loves their dog so much that they decided to, create this art. I think that's the most fascinating thing is that one day somebody said, I love my dog so much that I'm going to create this. And it's wonderful. So many people are new to creating and so many people have been doing it for years upon years. It's great. And I'm a big proponent of creating things. I think that everyone should have that artistic side to them, no matter what they do for a living. Just explore, do a painting, write a short story, do something that's creative because it helps. It's a good part of your day. It kind of helps you get through it.
I totally agree. Could not agree more. So I want to thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets.
Oh, thanks, Michelle.
It's barkyours.com. And I think it's a fascinating site. I'm going to go take a look and see if there's anything, I need to send to some dog friends and so forth.
Michelle, thank you.
Okay, now stay tuned. We're going to be right back with another great idea for your holiday shopping.
It's October, and there are spooky scares everywhere. When it comes to your dog's everyday health, you don't have to be spooked when you have Daily Dose. Daily Dose is a 2-in-1 dog chew that pairs a powerful dental scrub with vet-developed supplements for full body health and seriously clean smiles. Now pay attention. Through October 31st, enter for a chance to win all 4 bags of Daily Dose in calming, joint, heart, and skin health. Just post a picture of your pup's smile with the hashtag #SeriousSmileSweeps to any of Pet Life Radio's Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook pages. Good luck!
Visit yourpetsdailydose.com to save $3 on your first bag with promo code PETLIFE. That's yourpetsdailydose.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you liked the first part of the show when we talked about some gift ideas from barkears.com. And here is another great idea. Workman Publishing has some great calendars and planners for 2021. I don't know about you, but I am ready for 2021. And, I bet a lot of you out there are too. This has been quite a crazy year for us in 2020. So let me tell you about what Workman Publishing has. They have some great stuff. And of course, a lot of it's animal related. You can find their products on workman.com. That's workman.com. They have everything from an alpaca mini wall calendar to a sad animal facts planner. That's one of my favorites. I'm going to get back to that. They also have those page a day calendars. They have a 365 dog or cat a day calendar, and they just redid their calendars so that all of it is recyclable. So before, I think the 365 a day, that it was wrapped in plastic and that wasn't recyclable. Now it's how it's put together. The entire thing is recyclable, which is great. This is one of my favorites, the Sad Animal Facts Planner. It's fun. I love fun, quirky facts about animals because, it could come in handy, trivia game or something, or who knows. And let me share this one with you because I thought it was hysterical, but also did you know that sloths, I don't even know how you say it, sloths, it's SLOTHS, sloths have favorite trees and they only leave them once a week to poop. I'm glad I'm not a sloth. Anyways, so that's in the Sad Animal Facts Planner. And it talks about some interesting animals too. Like there's one called a tarsier, which has huge eyes, and it can't move its eyes at all, but it could turn its head 180 degrees around. Interesting, huh? Also at workman.com, besides having a lot of different types of calendars and planners, they have a bunch of other things. They have books, they have puzzles, they have a lot of stuff for kids. It starts from newborn to 2, and then it breaks it down in age. And with so many of us staying at home these days, you want to make sure your kids are, busy and active and have a lot of stuff to do. And they have a lot of great stuff for kids. So take a look at workman.com. They have a lot of great stuff for you. And this has been a fabulous show. I want to thank my guest in the first part of the show, Corey from Bark Yours, for coming on Best Bets for Pets. Thanks to my animal crew, my fur babe crew, I should say, which is Molly and Dennis and Charlotte and Nikki. Rest in peace, Zeus, Sammy, and Jethro for teaching me all about animals and making me slow down and smell the fur, because I can't say smell the roses, they have fur. And thanks to my producer, Mark Leonard, for making me and my guests sound great. Keep listening. We have a lot of great shows coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.